We had 9 superhero movies come out in 2023, so let's rank them all. Hello, my name is Montero, and thank you for joining me on my journey to watch everything. Not really, but we are gonna get close. So for this list, we are not doing the based on graphic novels because I haven't seen movies like The Killers and other movies that are based on graphic novels. So we are only doing superhero movies that are very clearly superhero movies. So those are the Marvel and DC superhero movies that we got, including Mutant Mayhem. So let's begin. Coming in at number 9 with a 3.5 is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Unfortunately for me, Ant-Man 3 is so bad that it's hard to forget how bad it is. I'll never, and it still haunts me to this day, the phrase, just drink the ooze.
Drink the ooze.
What? I might be broken, but I honestly thought that Jonathan Majors, especially in this movie, was a little cheesy. I don't know. Maybe I'm the one that's wrong, but I don't think so, considering who Jonathan Majors is. But like, I thought his performance in this was very SNL-like, just very comedic, very silly. It was silly. I didn't even like his performance in Loki season 1. However, retroactively after season 2, that performance is a little bit better. But here's the thing. Ant-Man and the Wasp, bad VFX, bad writing, bad directing, bad acting. This might just be me, but I don't really like Heather Newton in that role. I don't think she and Paul Rudd look alike or even mix. I don't know, man. I'm sorry, but the jokes? What jokes? There were no jokes in this movie because it wasn't funny, and MODOK was such a waste. I think this movie is literally a crime to anyone. It's so bad, but it definitely deserves to be the worst superhero movie of 2023. Coming in at number 8 is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, coming in with a 4.5. I'll be honest, I fell asleep just a little bit during this one, but this is such a dumpster fire of a movie. I mean, I've already talked about it a little bit in my DCEU films ranking, so you could go check that out. But basically, this movie has no idea what it wanted to be. It kind of wanted to be everything and nothing at the same time. It said, we will be every identity and none, so that we can appeal for everyone. And that was a mistake. Every single character in this movie is treated like a joke. The look on Kane's face when he realized that all of his power is gone because the evil king suddenly decided to choose Orm instead of him was a moment that I realized that no matter what, the DCEU would have always been doomed had Walter Hamada stayed in the helm of producer of the DCEU. And honestly, after Aquaman 2, I don't think I even want Jason Momoa as Lobo anymore. That's how bad this movie is. Oh man. Coming in at number 7 is Shazam, Fury of the Gods with a 6.5. Now, I thought this movie was entertaining enough, but I thought it was still detrimentally bad. Once again, I already talked about this in my DCEU films ranking list, but what a mistake it turned out to be to introduce the Shazam family early. I didn't think that they would do that in the first movie, and I love the first movie. I thought it was great, but I just thought that introducing the family too early was gonna be bad, because where do you go from there? And clearly, in the second movie, they had no idea. No clue. Honestly, I feel most bad for Angel Asher. Like, he did phenomenal in this, and Zachary Levi really brought the character down. Holy crap, does Zachary Levi not understand Shazam at all. He was just trying to do a Ryan Reynolds in retrospect, and it just was not working. I think Angel Asher should definitely be the adult version of Shazam in the new DCU, but I just feel bad for Angel Asher, man. I think Shazam, it's just a hard character to adapt. So it's a hard character to adapt. Coming in number 6 is The Marvels at 7.5. I actually liked The Marvels. I understand that it is wonky and crazy and chaotic, and honestly, on a second watch through, really does solidify the issues with the film, and it's not as funny the second time around than it is the first time around, and it really depends on who you're gonna go see the movie with, because I went to go see it with my friend first, and we both loved it. And then when I went to see it with my dad, he hated it, and so did the rest of the movie theaters, so it kind of brought the mood down. So, depends who you watch it with, but I genuinely think that this movie is product of studio interference, because you can see the bare bones, the structure of a different fantastic movie happening, yet it almost seemed like Marvel wanted to play it safe and had a lot of reshoots, and therefore we got the movie that we got. And it didn't quite work. The pacing was way too fast. I don't want to put this movie in a negative light, a negative space. I don't know, but this movie did give us the absolute worst villain in all of MCU. The worst villain Trust me, Darben. Holy cow. Coming in at number 5 is The Flash with 8.5. I, quite honestly, was very shocked about this. I already talked about this and the next entry in my DCEU film ranking, so once again, go check that out. But The Flash blew me away with its story. Sure, the VFX are awful, and I almost did get up and leave the movie theaters because the VFX is that hard to digest. They're trying to spoon feed you something and it looks awful, but it does get better. It's only when he runs in the first scenes and in the later scenes. The rest of the movie is actually pretty good. It's really, really well done. But the story fit with me, and wow, oh my gosh, Ezra Miller's performance deserves to be praised. Sure, they're not the greatest individual, but they're getting help. And that's the whole point of this movie is mental health and whatever. So I thought the movie did pretty well. Sure, the VFX are really rough. They're so bad. The VFX, there's no denying it. They're bad, but the story, beautiful. Coming in at number 4 is Blue Beetle with a 9. A lot of guys didn't really like this one, surprisingly to me, but this movie is great. This movie is awesome. It made me cry twice. I saw it more than once, but both times it made me cry twice during the movie. The ending is a little weird. Sure, it feels like a streaming movie because this is what it was supposed to be originally. But come on, man. I tried to get people to go see this movie, but the damage has already been done for the DCU, and people clearly spoken. They do not care about the DCEU anymore. So, I don't know, but if you have any time to go see this on Max, please do. It is so funny. It is so fun. It is emotional. Oh my gosh. I will never forget just sitting there in row J, watching it in IMAX, just full on. Oh my gosh. What an experience. I loved it. I am super happy that James Gunn is going to keep Jaime Reyes and company around for the new DCU. So, hey, I'm happy about that one. Coming in at number 3 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem with a 9.5. I did make a review for this one, so you can go check that out at your leisure. But like I said in that review, I believe that Mutant Mayhem will become the definitive version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the next few generations to come. Come on. These characters are played by actual teenagers for the very first time since their inception. Who knew to do that? Superfly, horrifyingly terrifying villain, and what a great setup for Shredder. And the director said that Shredder is going to be even more terrifying than Superfly. I'm there. This movie needs more eyes on it, and I'm glad that it is doing well on streaming, but I feel like it could do better. So let's go ahead and watch this movie all together. On your own time. I'm not gonna watch it with you. You can watch it on your own, but I'm gonna go watch it probably after this. It is so good. The score, coming in at number 2, might surprise some of you. It's Across the Universe. Oh no, it's Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse. I know. That one gets a 10. It gets a 10. I wanted to give it a 9.5 out of 10 just because of a part 2. But then when I rewatched it with my dad, basically for the first time, because the first time I saw it in the movie theaters, I did fall asleep. I fell asleep not because of how boring it was. I fell asleep because of a lot of different reasons that I'm not going to say on the video, but I fell asleep. But I saw it at home with my dad. It is so good. It's, oh my gosh, super good. But it is a part 1, it's a 2-parter. So just because of that reason, it narrowly misses the number 1 spot. So with that, my number 1 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And I saw this movie 3 times in the movie theaters. I don't know, man, but I think that automatically qualifies one of your favorite movies if you've seen it more than once and more than all of the other movies, not combined. There's 9 of them. 3 is not more than 9. But holy cow, this hands down is the perfect, not just the MCU superhero trilogy, but I think the best superhero trilogy ever. And oh my gosh, and it's just a testament to James Gunn and his creative brain, the fact that he was able to make Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 work, even though his plans for his original trilogy were pretty much thwarted with Infinity War and Endgame. None of that was supposed to happen according to him, for him, and so he had to adapt that. That's how you do it, Rian Johnson. That's how you do it. Even though I kind of like The Last Jedi on its own. On its own, The Last Jedi is kind of good, but then when you put it up in, with the rest of the Star Wars universe, it's kind of not that good. But it's very pretty. It's really good. But Rian Johnson, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. I'm always forever going to be traumatized by Rabbit Floor Teeth's Go Now.
Rabbit Teeth's Floor Go Now!
Oh my gosh. I don't think I will never not cry when I watch this movie. It is so... Rocket is me. Rocket is me, and this movie is just very, very dramatic and emotional, and I love it. I'm here for all of it. There's a cat outside my window. Anyway, this is just, I don't know, this is just one of the greatest things I've ever seen ever in my life, and I just think that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is just very perfect for me. It's great. So that was it. That was the ranking thereof all of the superhero movies in 2023. What was your ranking? Have you seen all of these? Did you also see The Killers and any other ones? Give me your full list. I would like to know your list in the comments below. What is in the description below are my sushi media links, and while I'm gonna go, we'll see you next time. You've just been Montified.